So for contact paper, I'm going to use this. It's just regular contact paper. What we're doing is a resist. So I am going to cut out my shape. You have 2 pieces of it, so it's pretty much like sticker paper. I'm going to carefully peel the 2 sides apart. And then there's a clear side and then the paper side. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is prep my brush, pick a color, and then I'm going to paint it on top. And that's going to create a resist later on. We can always go back and take that paper off. Next is oil pastel. I'm going to press hard, draw a shape, choose another color, and go on top. And that's also going to make a resist. I'm going to use the same color on my layers part and create another layer since it's the same color. So now I have 3 layers. I'm going to clean my brush. For plastic wrap, I'm going to choose a color, paint it on. And what this does is it makes a texture. So I'm going to lay down quite a big wash. I'm going to crumple up my plastic wrap and then just set it on there to dry. Rubbing alcohol, that's one of my favorites. So I'm going to choose my color. Lay down a wash. I'm going to clean my brush real quick. Now I'm going to just take my pinky, put it in the rubbing alcohol, and then I'm just going to tap. Okay, with splatter, you want to make sure that your brush is pretty wet. I'm going to kind of press to get more water out of the brush, and then I'm just going to tap it over where it says splatter pretty close to the paper so it doesn't get everywhere. And then after that dries, I'm going to go back and I'm going to do that again. Lemon juice we don't have right now. Masking fluid we don't have right now. Damp brush lift. What I'm going to do is lay down a wash. I'm going to dry my brush the best I can. And then what I'm going to do is just set my brush on top. And what it's going to do is soak up those pigments. Dry it off again. So each time I do this, it is going to soak up the pigments. Another thing to do this, so if I want a lighter area, I can always take paper towel, and I do this if I mess up. I can always take paper towel also, lightly press it on there and lift it. And that will automatically soak up pigments. So if you mess up, do that really quickly. For scrape, you can use a wooden dowel or I like to use scissors, just the blunt end of it. And I'm going to press into my paper. This is another good thing for adding texture. I'm going to grab some color. And I'm going to lay a wash on it. And what it does is it gets down in those grooves. For gradiated, I'm going to choose one color. I'm going to wash out my brush a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is make this where it gets lighter. So I have most of my color over here. And then it's going to go lighter over here. And I can always add more water. And then that pigment should eventually get over here. Now I can always come back and add even more color. Okay, for washi resist, I'm going to take some washi paper. Make sure you only get a little bit just because we don't have that much. I'm going to lay this down, and it's going to be very similar to our contact paper. I'm going to choose my color, lay down a wash, and then I'm going to let that dry. Oil drops, I don't have oil right now. We will do that on Monday. And then crayon resist. For crayon resist, press hard with your crayon. Press so hard that you may break a crayon. They are made of wax, so if it breaks, that's okay. I'm going to grab my color and do a wash on top. Okay, and that is what we're going to be doing. Also, you can do dry brush. It's hard to do dry brush with these because it automatically has water in it. But dry brush, you're not getting a really wet brush. You're trying to use it with as dry of a brush as you can.